Coming up today on the Spiel.
Childhood cancer only receives like 4% of funding for research. And you know, these kids don't have treatment that they need, and these are our kids, and they're dying without having a chance.
We wanted to do it differently. We wanted to go back to the way that coffee was roasted when it started. And if it was stirred, we wanted to hand stir it. If it was fired, we wanted to fire it with wood.
So if we can't do the basic daily movements of push, pull, press, squat, then you're gonna end up in pain at some point in your life.
You're my reward.
When we get into his presence, things change.
It's good.
You've been good to me.
This is the Spiel.
Wow, welcome back. Oh wait, I was
Welcome
gone
back.
last.
You
right?
were
I was
gone. You were
last,
gone.
yes. We need to say thanks to the guys. They
We
really pulled us out of a hole there of being a solo host. Rob, do you feel like you performed well when called upon?
Not at the beginning,
Okay.
but later on, I feel like I did okay.
You had to warm up.
I thought you did an excellent job.
Thank you.
With you or with me?
He was on top of his game when he got to me because you were gone. Okay.
It's been like a month since we've been together.
He still is incredible.
He's
He's
good.
incredible.
So, what do you think it is about yourself, Rob, that makes you a good host? Just you're cute,
I'm very cute,
handsome, cute.
and I like to say random things.
Yes,
you do.
and I love that
Randomness,
about
yes,
you.
Yes. Okay, actually, there's somebody here today, I think Marcus. He's not been around, so you guys probably don't recognize
Could
him
you
any longer.
introduce us to him?
Yeah, let's see Marcus. Look, he's always looking and angling for his chance to be on camera.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. But why do you think you would be a good co-host?
It's just, it's just natural to me.
You're a
I was
natural.
born this way.
Okay.
I think it's his looks.
It's okay. It's his looks.
He's
okay.
pretty hot.
Okay, who's hiding behind the light that I can't see?
That's Matthias.
Okay, Matthias. Matthias has been, I think we scared the absolute dickens out of Matthias. What do you think?
You know what? I love everybody, but I'm really partial to him.
Thigh, look at you go.
I am. He's got the cutest smile. He's quiet.
Okay.
He now has a mustache. And
yeah,
he's
I
a
can't
good
see.
looking dude.
So, do you want to throw your hat into the ring as possible co-host? And if so, what would you bring to the table?
Good looks.
Good looks. I mean, these people run about that deep, don't they? All right, we've got Daniel over here. Daniel is just good, right, at what he does. He's had to graduate to this level because he was here with us years ago and just didn't make the cut and then came back. Why should we consider you, Daniel, if ever we need a co-host?
Because the best things in life take time.
Oh, he wasn't ready the first time.
I thought
Now
he
he's
was
back.
going to say the best things in life are free. And I was going to say hire him because he's free.
All right, and Prescott, you know him, you love him. He's just that guy that's got a lot to say. Prescott, if you were to be considered, why would you be the best host?
I can steer the conversation in the correct way. That's kind of what a talk show's about.
Steers it the right way. And then we got Lucas
good.
on sound. I mean,
Lucas.
he has all the control within his hands there. So, Lucas, if you were to be considered, throw your hat in the ring and tell us why.
I would be able to ask the most uncomfortable questions, which I think makes the best TV.
That is so true.
That is true.
That's good. We would ask Shane, but he's providing all the pictures of everybody. So he's a newcomer. We'll get back to him later. Do any of them qualify or have they trumped me yet?
You know what? They're right there on your tail. All of them. Just right.
For right now.
Right there.
Like the old ladies. You
Yeah.
know? We're not really
Hey,
old.
hey, hey.
We're not
hey.
old.
OLE.
We're wiser.
Old ladies.
Wiser. Old ladies. All right. What you got?
You know what? I got some questions for you. Him talking about questions off the cuff. Everywhere I go, someone says, hey, I want to know this about Angie, or I want to know that about you. Well, you know what? We're going to do some of those today.
Okay. Can I ask you some of them too?
Sure. Well, I only got a couple.
Okay. Well, you ask me one, and then I'm going to ask you one.
Okay.
Okay.
What is the most beautiful song you have ever heard? One.
The most beautiful that would probably make me tear up most of the time, Dolly did it first, and then Whitney.
I will always love you.
I will always love you.
Makes you just love it. Just love it.
And I love both of their renditions. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things that, you know, when it hits that drum and then comes back up and it's like, ugly cry.
I know. Okay, you ready?
All right. So, what song gets you pumped every time it comes on? Gets you pumped?
Tina Turner, You Better Be Good to Me.
Honey.
Do you love it?
Oh my gosh.
You ought to see me mow to it.
Have you seen her legs?
It goes like this.
I mean,
oh yeah.
She apparently gets pumped every day and jacked. She's just amazing.
She's 80 and she looks incredible.
All right, so I'm going to ask you one more though, because they're song based and we all know that. Which one do you listen to the most? I can't say that I listen to one often. I like a variety.
How Great Thou Art. That gets me.
The old hymnal, or you like somebody's rendition?
The old hymnal.
The old hymnal. All right, you want to sing it out, or as we go to break?
I want to hear.
How great thou art.
Bless her heart.
She'll never let me sing.
Bless it.
We have to go to break so I can go, touch up my makeup.
We'll be right back.
Hey, there's still a lot more of this show to come.
I just tell everyone I have a super expensive hobby. It's just different than everyone else's hobby.
Yes.
Coming up later.
And I'm going to step my foot back and lunge and then rise. I'm pushing up with that front foot, and I will do that for 45 seconds.
The John A. Logan College Foundation has over $300,000 in scholarships that we are awarding to our local high schools in the John A. Logan College District this year. May 10th is the deadline for scholarship applications. It's important that students go into the JALC website and just fill out the application online. It takes maybe 5 or 10 minutes. So it's a great one-stop shop for students. It's very easy, and we want to see everyone here this summer and then this fall.
The most passionate part, I think, that I've gotten involved in is where either a product or a person has really done just ridiculous wrong to either one person or a group of people. Well, there's a true wrong and everybody can see it. I really just can stay up all night without any help, without any coffee, just because I'm driven to solve those cases. We'll find a way, a legal way.
Rob, you do have my cake, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now I can turn around. Do you know how long I've waited to do that, Rachel Marks? Everybody, let me tell you who we have on set today.
I lost it. It's okay.
See? Thank goodness. Hold it. Julie wearing the gems. We have United States of America's Mrs. Illinois.
Yes.
Yes. Can we have a clap, y'all? Oh my gosh, this is royalty. Royalty.
The state seal. Would you look at this? She has made us proud through the Americas and your journey. And you know what's so much fun is you remember years ago.
Yeah.
Like more than a decade. She's on the show.
She was on the show.
Doing the pageants. Yeah. Married, mama of 2. Killing the pageants.
Yeah. Were you married at the first show?
I was married, no child, I believe.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
you know,
different world now.
Back then, you talked about doing pageants for a different reason that people, you know, the guys out here, sometimes they check out, they're like, oh, another beauty queen, or, you know, beauty queens, there's not a brain there. It's so important for people to realize why a lot of women choose to do pageants.
Yeah, I think there's so many reasons why, truthfully. I could probably name 10 of my best friends. That would probably be number 1. And I probably told you guys this last time when I started because I come from a middle class family. So I wanted to pay for college. So I did. I think I totaled up one time that I had made over like $12,000 competing, just like here locally. So it was really great. I think now the shift for me is a little bit different, especially as a mom. It's kind of one of those things. I just tell everyone I have a super expensive hobby. It's just different than everyone else's hobby.
Yes.
But it's really more all about the empowerment, about the sisterhood that comes along with it. But I think it's also because there are different things that we all are really wanting to bring light to, bring awareness to, or to advocate for. And so I think that that's kind of changed the whole pageant dynamic. And it's bringing you some of the most incredible women, especially like younger girls I know in their teens. I know they're literally setting themselves up to be some of these incredible leaders in our country, you know, coming up very soon.
Amen.
Let's explain this.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're holding it up because
Yes.
you love it. And I thought you had gone to a very expensive costume maker to do this and to do your swimwear and all those things that you see you wear.
Yes. So
But it's at home.
I went to a exclusive designer. His name is Sean Marks. That's my husband.
Sounds like your husband.
Right?
Sean Marks.
We are notorious for making costumes. I don't know what it is. It's kind of weird, but we're notorious for costumes. And so United States of America has a patriotic wear. And so I was trying to decide what I wanted my theme kind of to be. And I kind of wanted to incorporate Illinois. I don't always love to bring the Chicago aspect into it because that's not where we live.
Right.
So I
Southern
wanted
Illinois.
to go kind of off the wall here. So I actually saw a picture of Alexis Mateo. It's a drag queen off of RuPaul's
queen?
Drag Race.
okay.
She had this beautiful cape and then this leotard, and I said, I want the leotard, I want the cape, but I want the leotard to be completely stoned from the top
Bedazzled,
to the bottom.
baby.
So
Bedazzled.
all of my work, there's over 10,000 rhinestones on my leotard that I put on by hand.
And the tulle, you got how much tulle?
So there's over 50 rolls of tulle on the cape, and my husband and I sat down for a week and we made this beautiful cape. We can't take credit for the beautiful painting.
Yeah. Who did that?
So the paint job was done by one of my dear friends. He's a painter in DuQuoin where I live. His name's Keith Bell. He's been painting a long time and he's a really fantastic guy.
Yes.
Helped me out big time there. And then we added the tulle to produce this beautiful patriotic Muppet that you know, kind of won everybody over.
You said you put it on, and Sean looks at you and goes, "It's done.
Yeah,
it's finally done.
It's
You know
done.
what this
you're ready to
reminds
wear it.
me of? And it's a compliment.
Yes.
Does any of you guys remember
Captain America.
Evil Knievel?
Evil
Oh,
Knievel.
okay, so
Love
I've
it.
actually been told that a lot.
Yes.
The first thing that everyone says, and I've kind of named it, so we have this like joke, we like name all of our clothes. So this has been named Apollo because it's very much like Apollo Creed and Rocky IV with like the big like pomp and circumstance, and then like
so
all
good.
of the like James Brown and
Yes.
all of the dancers, and so
Yes.
that's kind of, so this is Apollo.
Well, we definitely wanted to bring you on because you epitomize beauty. You're a
Thank
mom
you.
of two in the
Thank
best
you.
shape of your life.
Yes.
But let's get
Yeah.
it straight. She works for it. You
Yeah.
work very hard.
Yeah, I think
for everything
that's
that you
the
achieve.
part I lacked when I was 25 years old. You know, you want something, but you're only willing to give so much. And I think at 35, it's harder to get, and you're willing to just kind of throw yourself into it. And I think a lot of it comes just down to making sure my daughters know that if they want something, it's not just going to be handed to you. You are going to have to work for it. And, you know, this is kind of become my life, but it's been great because we've kind of discussed, like, I feel like I am in the best shape of my life after having 2 kids, but it's because every single day, you know, I'm working in the gym and I'm not taking a day off. I don't kid, I eat all of the things. I eat all the things, but it just makes me work harder. So I think that it's given me this deeper appreciation for competing. And I have to disclose this because I feel like I'm so proud of this, but I actually had the highest fitness score in preliminaries.
Well, did you see? I mean, honey, who else gonna beat you?
So I said, I'm like, oh, that was like even better than winning because I worked so hard, you know, every day. And
You were
half
ripped.
the time you're like, oh, I don't see any results, or I'm not getting the results I want, or you just get down on yourself and you don't want to continue. And it was just kind of like, oh, finally, my little moment.
Have you seen her? Like, she's not afraid. Look, she's a glam queen right here. You go to her Facebook, and she is not afraid to be down and dirty with this rag on her head and just like sweating and grunting with the guys.
Yeah,
and
I can't help
love
it.
that.
It's kind of, you know, how we work out. It's the way I do my work. So,
You know, we do want to point out the hair. You had cut the hair for a good cause, and you've done it a couple of different times.
Yeah.
So talk about that.
Sure. So during the quarantine, I decided I wanted to shave my head again. I had done it once before and just donated it. But
That was when you were on our show last.
Yes, yeah. I did have short hair last time. So this time I had really kind of connected on social media with a young queen. Her name's Elizabeth Widener. She's from around the Effingham area. And she was diagnosed with a stage 4 high-risk neuroblastoma when she was 12. She's 17 now. So she's really been like fighting and kind of bringing her fight to the forefront. And I think it's really opening a lot of doors. And I think the main thing for them is they just want more. So I don't know if you guys knew,
Exposure.
but childhood cancer only receives like 4% of funding for research. And you know, these kids don't have treatment that they need, and these are our kids, and they're dying without having a chance. So I kind of just connected with her on social media. Like I've told everyone, I've never even met this girl in person, but I just fell madly in love with her, and I have thought about her every single day since February. And in June, I told my husband, I said, this is it. Like, we're stuck at home. We're in the middle of all of this, and I'm cutting my hair again. Like, I want to do it. And so I donated it this time to Children with Hair Loss, which is an organization out of Michigan, and they do a lot of work with kids who have all kinds of diseases that make them lose their hair. So I get to donate it for her, and I just tell her mom all the time, you know, I'm so excited for the day I finally get to meet her. I'm just gonna like pick her up and cuddle her. I'm like gonna totally fangirl over her. Like she's just kind of like my inspiration every day.
Bring her on the show. We'd love to meet her
Oh
as
my
well.
gosh, yes,
Totally.
she's so wonderful.
We'll set it
so
up.
wonderful.
Do you think that the hair that you donated could get to go to her? Do you get to allocate? Where?
No, and you know, she's rocking her little buzz cut now, and I think that it totally suits her.
It does.
So I would advocate for her not to get my wig, just because I love her the way that she is.
Just so you know, she's had requests to buy the cape. It is not for sale. It will now be in the enshrined here at the Spiel studio.
And just so you know, I doubt Rachel ever gets to take it home.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, thanks again.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful
Yes,
inside
yes.
and out, and we appreciate you so much.
Thank you guys for having me.
We'll be right back.
Stick around. Coming up later.
You're my first love. You're my
My name is Cameron Yusanovich. I am happy to be here with CRHPC. I grew up in these communities. I went to school just 10 minutes away. I live in Christopher, where Ray Clinic is located now. So I myself, as a family nurse practitioner here at Christopher Ray Clinic, will be working later hours, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's hard to get in from that 9 to 5 or that 8 to 4 slot. And what I want to tell my patients is that I'm going to give them 110% of my all, my best. And they're going to know that they're going to leave here happier and hopefully healthier.
This will give you the ability to chew and eat just like you have a third set of teeth. Over the course of the past 20 years, I became trained in implant dentistry. Those surgeries can be very invasive. IV sedation is an ideal thing for those patients that are having more invasive procedures. The doctor needs to be well trained. You need to have a trained staff to get through their appointments smoothly and comfortably.
See the leader in dental implants and sedation dentistry, Hughes Dental Arts Center.
Hey guys, if you like the show, follow us on all of our social media.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now it's cute.
To another 5 minutes of movement. Let's start off with some high knees. I have my palms out in front of me. That way my knees will hit my palms, and I'm keeping myself accountable with making sure I'm going to my fullest. Next thing I'm gonna do is stand shoulder width distance apart and send my booty to the back of the room, and then whenever I come up, I squat. I will say, I am going just a little bit lower than I should be. I apologize, but take that as a lesson to watch yourself in the mirror a few times before you totally try it. And then I'm just letting my chest come forward, but I'm not looking down. I'm making sure to be looking out. So I'm gonna put my hands over my head, and I'm going to step my foot back and lunge, and then rise. I'm pushing up with that front foot. I will do that for 45 seconds, and then I will alternate while keeping my hands above my head. I'm gonna switch, keeping my arms strong, but I'm not pulling my shoulders into my ears. Good. Next thing I'm going to do is step a little bit wider than my shoulders are, put my toes to my corner, and I'm going to lunge. And I'm gonna go to each side. All you have to do is do these 4 moves, 45 seconds, 4 times through. You get a 15-second break in between each thing.
My name is Justin Wiseman, and while you might have heard my nationwide weight loss story, what you don't know is that is not where my story ends. My story is full of ups and downs and many physical and emotional traumas that I have been suffered by myself and others. And I want to share with you my journey, and as we go along together with your journey into a better and brighter, more positive tomorrow.
I truly believe the hardworking individuals in Southern Illinois and the athletes deserve to live a life pain-free and to perform at a high level. That's why taking the sports medicine approach to chiropractic care is for everyone, not just athletes. At Southern Spine and Rehab, we're providing longer appointment times with the doctor. So if you'd like to book an appointment with us, visit our Instagram at Southern Spine Rehab or our website, www.southernspineandrehab.com.
So I'm a psychiatrist. I've been doing this for about 40 years. I believe very strongly everyone can benefit from talking to a good psychiatrist. It does not mean you're crazy, but what it means is that you're concerned about the quality of your life.
There is a huge need for behavioral health in rural communities. We are doing a combination model of in-person visits as well as telehealth visits.
Mental health is very important. We are here. Call us. If you can't come in, we'll see you on telepsych. Christopher provides those services and we'll be happy to see you.
The Spiel presents You're On, 100% original new music.
Hello, we are Pastor Kevin and Tricia Edwards from Destiny Center Church in Carterville, Illinois. And we are here to just share a song with you guys. This is written by Dante Bowe. He is a friend of ours, and we love his music. We've been doing quite a bit of it in our church. And so when we were asked to come today, that was one of our thoughts, was to do one of his songs that we connect with. And so we're going to sing My Soul Sings this morning and just have a good time celebrating who God is. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we'll get started.
I've seen your goodness on the mountain. I felt your love down in the valley. And your grace, it still surrounds me. God, you've been good to me. Yes, you've been good to me. And my soul sings, yes, my soul sings with all my heart. I love you, Lord. You're my good to me. So good to me. So good to me.
I have breath within my body, and I have life inside my bones, and I cannot help but praise you. God, you've been good to me. Yes, you've been good to me. Oh yeah. And my soul sings, my soul sings, my soul sings with all my heart. I love you, Lord. You're my first love. You're my reward. And through the years, you've been good to me. So good to me. So good to me. Oh, you've been good, you've been good. And I'm dancing on the rising sun to the hopeful future, to the dreams to come. And when seasons change, I won't give up, 'cause you've never failed me. No, not once. And I'm dancing on the rising sun to the hopeful future, to the dreams to come. And when seasons change, I won't give up, 'cause you never failed me. No, not once. My soul sings. Yes, my soul sings. My soul sings. My soul sings. Yes, my soul sings with all my heart. I love you, Lord. You're my first love. Yes, you are. You're my reward. And through the years, you've been good to me. So good to me. So good to me.
Hi, I'm Melissa.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're Cauldron and Fire Coffee.
Cauldron and Fire Coffee brings you the top high elevation coffee that you can get in any store in this area. We offer natural extracts in flavored varieties, including iced coffee and regular coffee. You can get things like pina colada, peaches and cream. So if you're looking for good coffee, you want to wake up right, you want to get your day started, what I need you to do is go to www.cauldronandfirecoffee.com and order some now.
You know, first of all, thank you so much for your willingness to come in with little to no notice. I have to tell you how this story came about. So, you know, in this day of social media and you're scrolling and you're halfway paying attention, and I heard this voice come from this story, and it was little excerpts from the Bald Knob Cross and the Easter sunrise service. Yes. And I thought, whoever that is on that stage, we must get them in studio. And it's so interesting. I brought that up, and Daniel, who is on our crew, says, that's my mother-in-law and father-in-law. Yes. And I'm like, what? You know, God is good.
Yes.
All the time making
That's
those
right.
connections. And, you know, I was just moved for the few seconds that I heard you. And today I came up and scolded you because you almost made me cry, like right off the bat.
Well.
You said you got to feel something.
That's right.
Yeah,
That is right. That's
exactly. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
soul.
soulful, no
Yes.
doubt. But you know, it's wonderful to see you guys perform together. Talk about feeding off of one another and what it is that you get from it as a whole.
Well, I will say we absolutely love worshiping together, singing
Nothing better.
together. We've been married for lots of years, 30
plus.
30 plus years, been together. We've sung at weddings, we've sung worship venues, and we absolutely love to sing together. It's so cool how God puts you together with someone like, you know, that just meshes.
Right, and we put it through our kids. Our kids are in that as well.
Yes,
I remember as a kid growing up myself, my family and I, we used to sing together as a group in the old Baptist church we were a part of. And so it's a long history of that.
We both
so
come from musical backgrounds and
that's a lot of pressure
together.
Because a lot of people will tell you they will change churches based on music. Like they want to feel something and they want to feel that connectability. So I cannot imagine anyone in your congregation that doesn't just stand up and go, oh yes, that's amazing. And I can tell you take the job very seriously.
Yes, we do.
What do you want people to take away when they listen to you sing?
You know, for me, I just want them to connect with the creator of their soul.
Yes.
To, you know, just to enter into a place where they can just be drawn into his presence.
Amen.
Because when we get into his presence, things change.
It's good.
Things change. And he gives us strength when we worship. He gives us the ability to overcome and to break things, you know, in our lives. So that's our desire.
Yeah,
but
and
you
it's
can speak
as
for
much a
yourself.
calling as anything, because recently in YouVersion, verse of the day was 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 10, that talked about that all of us have been given gifts of some sort, and we're to use them wisely for the sake of the kingdom.
Yes.
And so that's what we know. We've settled into the fact that God has given us abilities from Him that we're able to tap into the kingdom, the sound of heaven, and bring it to earth as we're supposed to.
That's it.
And so we want people to experience that every time they hear us, not say, oh, you did so great, but I feel something when you sing. That's the greatest applause we could ever feel.
Well, congratulations. You're definitely using the gifts that you've been given.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And for that, we really appreciate you, and congratulations.
Yes.
Yes.
You got a little extra
Gigi.
something coming to the earth, so that's good. Well, actually, here already in your daughter.
That's right. She's carrying my G-baby.
Yes,
That's what I call it,
There
my
it is.
G-baby.
Well, thank you so much again, and God bless. We appreciate
Thank you for having us.
And we'll be right back.
Coming up on the Spiel.
Use these fingers to push your chin straight back, not down, straight back. Hold for a couple seconds, come out.
You know what? I heard some crackling. I did. And later on the show,
What if we could actually bring in extracts that are all natural, all organic, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, and pre-flavor our coffee?
On behalf of the DuQuoin Chamber and the people of DuQuoin, and actually all around Perry County, we appreciate the hard work that you and your team have done, and for your response to the COVID-19 testing that you do. And it sounds like you guys are all growing too. You guys are taking something and you're transitioning to the next level of what you feel like is needed in your community, and we really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, you guys.
And if you're like me, as the older I get, aches and pains come more and more. Dr. Pedigo, welcome to the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Are you going to show us how to maybe relieve some of this pain and tell us what you do and where you are?
Yeah, so I'm a sports chiropractor located in Marion with a second clinic opening soon in Anna, Illinois. I take the sports approach because I believe that applies to everyone, whether you've actually stepped foot on a sports field or whether you've never actually worked out in your life, because you perform athletic movements every day no matter what you do. You pick up a laundry basket off the floor, that's a deadlift. You put stuff on a shelf, you're shoulder pressing. So if we can't do the basic daily movements of push, pull, press, squat, then you're going to end up in pain at some point in your life. So we take the sports approach for everyone to retrain these basic functional movements in life.
You know, with our faces behind computers all day long, a lot of offices, a lot of people doing online stuff, it's not good for you, is it, to sit that long? What can you do to kind of loosen up and to feel better?
Absolutely. So walking in general is very underrated in our society. Everything we do is with a rounded spine. We're looking down, our neck is rounded forward. We're sitting, our low back is rounded. So a lot of times, simply getting people up out of the seat and walking around and then applying some very practical exercises that puts extension back into the spine can solve a lot of problems. So I'm going to show you a couple. The first one's for the low back. So if you picture yourself trying to catch a football with a diamond, you put that diamond on your low back like this. Okay. You spread your feet out and you use that diamond and you push your low back forward to
with
comfort.
Your hand, right?
To comfort, no pain. And then back out. And you just simply repeat this. Your low back craves movement, and when you don't move the joints for long periods of time, whether you're sitting or whatever you might be doing, your back's going to start to hurt. Our bodies are designed to move, and our bodies crave movement. So if we don't get the spine and the joints moving, you're going to end up in pain at some point. The next thing you can do for people who look down a lot, type, work on computers, is something called a chin retraction. So you take your two fingers, put it on your chin. Okay? And you're going to use these fingers to push your chin straight back, not down, straight back. Hold for a couple seconds, come out.
You know what? I heard some crackling. I did.
See, your joints haven't been moving very well.
Wow.
And you look so pretty when you do that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Everyone says, I can't do this in public because I'm showing my double chin.
How often do you do that? I mean, 10 times, 3?
So it's very specific to the individual. I try not to do cookie cutter approaches. I individualize everything.
That's
because everyone has their own goals. Everyone has their own jobs. So we individualize things. So it's kind of just based on your body. When you start to feel sore and tired, take a break. Step away, go for a walk, do some of these basic movements, get the body moving again. That's what it's all about.
Do you have a suggestion on how long you would want folks to sit at a computer without getting up? I mean, how long do you think they should go?
Absolutely. So my answer to that is get a sit-to-stand desk. I prefer people not to sit very long, and I know it's unrealistic to stand and walk all day. I know it is. But if you have to sit, take a break every 20 minutes to 30 minutes, get up, drink a lot of water, that way you're forced to get up and go to the bathroom. I tell people, get up, do some of your extension exercises, get that sit-to-stand desk, sit, stand, just move. That's the number one thing. People try to focus on perfect posture. I'm not about that. I'm about moving more because as a society, we don't move as much as we need to.
The kids in front of the machines, the video games and
Absolutely. So movement is medicine, and it truly is.
What about sciatica? Could you hit that real quick because I've got it.
Yeah, so sciatica is very prevalent in our world, especially since we sit a lot.
Right.
We are very forward dominant creatures. We do everything in front of us, leaning forward most of the time. So there's so many things in the low back that can cause radiating pain down your leg. So that's why it's important not to just self-diagnose yourself with sciatica, to actually see an expert, because there's so many different things that could cause pain that mimics sciatica. Okay, so there's a lot of things. You might not even have sciatica, and it might be something a lot more simple than that. We don't know until we take a look at it.
All right. How can they find you?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is I lead everyone to my Instagram. We post a ton of content all the time at Southern Spine Rehab, or our website, www.southernspineandrehab.com.
All right. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back.
Coming up on the Spiel.
So what we wanted to offer was fair trade, organic, healthy coffee.
Hey everybody, I think you need to subscribe to the Spiel on YouTube now.
Wow, I wish you could smell what's going on in the Prairie Farms kitchen today. We're going to spiel some coffee everywhere.
No doubt. Melissa and Ryan of Cauldron and Fire Coffee.
That's right.
Man, you guys are on fire. Like, people found out about you and sought us out, and they're like, you must bring this company on.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Tell us a little bit about how, why, when, where. Let's just fill in the gap.
So Cauldron and Fire Coffee started based upon current affairs, current issues. We were living up in Michigan, and we were running a successful festival and sound and light business. And
Those went away. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Completely wiped out our entire business.
Wiped out our business in a day, literally. So we were sitting up and saying, you know, what can we fall back on that everybody enjoys and that we would enjoy doing? And we finally decided that it was time. And we have family down in Illinois. And we said, you know what, let's take a leap. We sold our house and we moved to Malkytown, Illinois.
Malkytown.
Yeah.
Population 3.
That's a story. We got a case.
And I bet you can't spell it without singing the Mickey Mouse song.
Oh, guaranteed. MULKEYTOWN.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so look at that, we got another music guy. So long story short, we decided that we were going to do it, but we wanted to do it differently. We wanted to go back to the way that coffee was roasted when it started. You know, not propane-driven machines.
Right.
We wanted to go back, and if it was stirred, we wanted to hand stir it. If it was fired, we wanted to fire it with wood. And the reason being is because what's most important in coffee is the coffee, the flavor.
No doubt.
Right?
Wow. No doubt.
So we took it a step further and we said, you know, we're going to ahead and do this, but what if we were able to offer coffee beyond just high elevation, high quality coffee? What if we could actually bring in extracts that are all natural, all organic, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, and pre-flavor our coffee?
Wow.
Rather than take the coffee that you would get at a normal cafe where you walk in and they have to pump it full of, you know, sugars and high fructose corn syrup and all that junk. Or you go to the dairy cabinet in your grocery store and what do they have? Tons of different flavored creamers.
Right.
Look at the ingredients.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So what we wanted to offer was fair trade, organic, healthy coffee that could bring flavor to you. That can be used either in winter, summer, spring, fall, doesn't matter. And has great flavor.
You've hit on every one of those flavors out front because I've now tried every one of the coffees.
You have.
You've got the cherries and the
Yes.
chocolate. You've got the peaches. The blueberry is what we fell in love with to begin with.
me too.
And then we get to try is it pina colada? Or
We had peaches and cream today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we've got some pina colada.
Pina colada.
Actually, we call it pino colate.
Pina
colate. So we have that, and then we have stuff like cherry bourbon smash, which actually has bourbon extract and cherry
Where's
extract.
that one at?
We have some in the box for you.
we have
do.
Oh, there's none
Yeah,
brewed?
we brought everybody coffee today.
Yeah.
So.
And you get coffee, and you get
You get
coffee,
coffee.
and
You
get coffee.
yeah.
Okay.
I feel like Oprah for a second. It's like weird.
Let's go to the bean.
Yes,
It's where it all
absolutely.
starts with the bean.
We have a green bean right here.
Yes,
And what's
the
really
green
cool,
bean.
This is a green bean. Should I just pour
Okay,
it?
yeah,
Let's pour it out.
let's get just dirty, down and
There
dirty,
we
messy.
go. So this is green bean.
Fruit of the earth.
This here is a Brazilian Cerrado. Now, what most people don't realize is coffee doesn't taste or smell like coffee from the plant.
Right.
They also don't know that it starts as a fruit. Most people don't
Really?
realize that. Coffee is actually a berry. What they do is they take that berry and they'll lay it out on the screens and they'll actually let the fruit rot off of it. And then what you have left is the coffee bean. And they do a
Someplace-
natural sun bleaching.
Is that the shell thing?
This is called chaff.
Chaff, okay.
is another thing that people don't realize about coffee. Much like a peanut, it actually has what's called chaff. It's a skin. I don't know if you can get a shot of that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And every time that you go through the roasting process, you get chaff.
That's awesome.
And that's actually the hardest part of roasting, in my opinion, is dechaffing.
Yes.
Now, what is that process?
So
real quick?
dechaffing, really simple, is as your coffee's roasting, it goes through a series of cracks. Okay, the first crack, the second crack, the third crack. That's the difference between the light, the medium, the dark.
There it is.
Right? Okay.
Yep.
So when you're getting those cracks, that chaff comes off in the process. And then once you get up to a dark roast, what you'll notice with the coffee as you're roasting it is actually oil starts to come out of it. And it gets really beautiful and shiny and it's almost like art in a pan, really.
That's awesome.
We have Guatemala, Honduras, Brazil, Costa Rica,
And Peru.
And they're all high elevation. They're all fair trade organic coffees. And the reason that we choose high elevation, it just tastes better.
Absorbs everything in the ground.
Higher
You were talking
oxygen.
about that.
Yeah,
Yes.
it
Gets all
does. It
those
actually
flavors
does.
from the soil.
When you smell a green bean of coffee before it's roasted, it actually smells like the region, which is really cool. So what you're dealing with is you're dealing with coffee beans that say if it's from Brazil, you're going to smell chocolate. You're
Am I
gonna
going to
smell-
Brazil if I smell this? or what?
You are, right? Right. It's like listening
I'm
to a
there.
seashell, right?
I'm just there. Yeah, that's amazing.
So, and then what we recommend also in the way that we brew.
Yeah, let's show
So
off.
this is called
How do
a
you do
French
it?
press.
Okay.
A lot of folks like to use the Keurigs. We do have K-cups coming.
Very nice.
So basically with a French press, you're using the grounds right into the pot.
So this is our favorite way of making coffee. Is
Right.
the press pot.
Okay.
What I recommend if
Press
you're going
box.
to, it's called a French press. This one.
Oui, oui.
Or press
If you're
box.
going to use this, make sure that you let your coffee steep in it for at least 11 minutes. Okay?
11,
That
not
way you
10,
get the
not-
full
okay.
11. We've
11
tested
minutes.
this. I'm
You know,
telling
go
you.
forget about it. Do something
So
else. Come back.
basically,
Remember you have coffee.
Gonna take your little, standard
took my
tea kettle,
steam
get you a
bath
little
away.
water. I had to take her steam bath away, but all your beans are going to the bottom of the pot, where they should be, so that your coffee actually comes to the top.
But again, we're not going to do that till after 11 minutes. You
No,
Exactly.
We're
You
gonna
sit
let that,
there.
and we're gonna set that
Oh,
right
and it sits right there. Look at that.
Let her have it.
And then you said you had something in the refrigerator that we're going to try. And it's
Oh,
like
yes.
an ice selection.
Yes.
Yes.
So our coffees are perfect for iced coffees too. You don't have to add anything unless you like to add some cream to it.
That's correct.
Nice.
So what we'll do is
Pour
we'll do
over,
a
have it
pina
hot
colada.
or cold. This is probably my favorite cold coffee drink is the pina colada. And
Yeah.
there we go.
That's really a
Would you
nice
like to
coffee.
try
You can
it?
add a little creamer. You can add a little honey if you want to. It's really, really tasty.
Smell.
Yeah. Now, some people will actually take just a little bit of protein powder and put in there. It's something else that you can do for an iced coffee. It makes it taste really great.
That's
Thickens
so
it.
good.
And it's refreshing. And she's drinking the pineapple coconut. Now,
Well, you guys are killing it. What else are we going to do?
what I did show her, this is what you get when you get the pineapple coconut.
That's real stuff.
That's real coconut dry flake, all organic.
It's ground
And it
right
comes
in with the
ground
bean.
right into the coffee.
So smart.
Yeah.
Organic raw.
Imagine that.
unsweetened.
You went back to the raw way of doing
Why
things
not?
and it seems to work.
Why not? Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Well, before, remember, it wasn't called organic. It was just called food.
That's That's
Absolutely.
great. That is
This
great.
is amazing.
Now, you guys are in, we've talked about it. It's the Mulkey Town. We sang the song for you. You'll
Yes.
remember it. But they're also going to want to keep you in mind, not only for the phenomenal coffee, but you're also going to try to provide a place that people can go and enjoy life together.
Absolutely. We have a beautiful 22-acre farm called Cauldron and Fire Farms.
Yes.
We're currently developing it into a community space.
Right.
We want the community to be able to come there, have good coffee, enjoy good culture, right?
Good music. I heard you
good
can.
music.
Okay,
Yes, we will be bringing a lot of different
Absolutely.
bands, bluegrass, rock, you name it.
Good deal.
But ultimately, it's a family open air space that people can get out of the house during COVID or whatever issues are going on, and go and just be. Right.
Welcome to
So, and
Illinois.
be.
We love it.
Stay a
Love
while.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
Love that.
All right. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Blaine. I love treating the population of patients we have. We try to treat our patients just like we would treat our own family members, just like if they were our own mom, father, brothers, sisters, and that's what we all try to do to keep our community thriving and healthy. We are spread out all across Southern Illinois. We treat different townships and areas. I would say we are a great place to go to for your family and your medical health care needs. We look at the whole person and have an integrated approach to your health care.
Okay, that was a pretty good show.
That was you know what? We say that every time.
Yeah.
That was a great show.
Well, I think we looked to each other to reflect and go, there was a lot happening, but at the end, we heard some great stories. We propelled some businesses, some brands, and that's what it's all about.
And we kept their attention.
Yeah.
We keep your attention, and we love that.
Even if I have to sing off key, I'll keep your attention.
Well, they want to see what's next. What can you do next?
Exactly. Well, I can travel, and I love it.
I know you do.
I'm 50 years old, and not yet, but I'm close to it. Finally made it all the way south to the point, mile marker 0.
Key West.
Key West. Yeah, you've been.
Yeah.
I definitely have to live a little bit more.
You do?
I do.
I thought sure you'd been there by now.
No. But everywhere I go, I'm such a fanatic about the food and where the locals go. And I ran across this great chef at the southernmost beach cafe in Key West, and he is a rock star. Let me tell you, Chef Kevin Landry.
A lot of seafoodish food?
Oh, man. Okay, so I'm going to show you some dishes, and I want you to identify, because the way he treated us, I swear we were doing an episode of Top Chef.
Really?
Oh, man.
Really?
He came up like he was about to win a cash prize.
The presentation was incredible.
He just presented it. It was great. And so I'm going to show you the dishes.
Okay.
What would you think that is?
Some kind of salmon, I don't know, and then greenery for a show.
Okay. That's wrong.
Okay.
Okay. It's tuna, sesame seared, and pickled seaweed.
Is that for garnish, or do you eat
You
that?
eat it.
You eat it.
You eat it. And
Did you eat it?
Oh, baby. Wow. Baby. Short of licking the
Well,
plate.
you know what? He's got a full ocean right there. Just go out there and pick the fresh stuff today.
Okay, now look at this beautiful. These are all pieces of artwork.
It is. What is that?
Okay. You want to guess?
Is that the seaweed
Take a
again?
look at that. Well, there's a little quinoa in there, but you know what they call this? This is called a portobello mushroom stack.
Oh.
So just another way to make, you know what? I thought it was ground up, but it's not. There it is, right on top there, that layer.
What's
You see
the
that?
bottom?
I think that's just a quinoa blend with some
Quinoa?
avocado on top.
What's
and
quinoa?
So good, man.
What's
Look.
quinoa?
Quinoa is like a grain that's healthy. Is that right, Marcus? What's quinoa?
It's a healthy carb.
It's a healthy carb. It's a seed? Okay. And then we've got a particular kind of fish here. Would you want to take a guess or gander as to what that type of fish is?
Grouper.
No.
No.
Cobia.
Cobia fish.
Cobia.
Never heard of
Fresh. Fresh, right there from Key West. Cobia soy glazed with candied Brussels sprouts.
Did you try that?
Do you know that's almost like talking dirty to me when you say things like that? It's so good, so good.
So what is your favorite?
All of it.
Fish.
I don't really have one.
Really?
I did
All of
learn
it?
something though about amberjack. So just remember, because I worked in a seafood restaurant years and years ago, it's the wormiest fish. So when it
Amberjack?
comes in, just remember that, folks. I mean, I just killed
thought
the amberjack
sushi
industry,
was.
didn't I? I just killed it. Worms, yeah. But they get it out. It's good. It's good fish.
What is the heat burning it out?
Yeah,
Just kill
but
them and they
you know,
live in
can
there?
you imagine like pairing your dinner when you go to John and say, "Hey, this evening we're going to have some cobia soy glazed, fish, and then we're going to pair that with a lobster claw mashed potato."
Yeah.
He would ask you to marry him all over again, wouldn't he?
No, he'd be packing his suitcase and saying, "Where's the fried taters?"
Oh, he likes that. They're a perfect pair. Okay, and listen, we had their house key lime pie. Where do you think
love
key
that.
limes come from? Where do key limes come from?
Limes that's grown in the Keys. No.
The key lime tree.
There's a key lime tree.
There's a key lime tree. Happens to be in Key West.
Wow.
Yeah. Not the only tree.
Okay, I was starting
there
to
are
say,
others.
where else do they grow
There are
besides,
others.
I'm sure, Florida?
But apparently it's one of those things you have to use sparingly because it's so overwhelming, like the taste and the flavor and that's big business, that key lime. You should look into that.
It looked like it had a dark bottom on it.
Oreo crust.
I love that.
Would John stay at the table for that?
He would stay at the table for that.
He would stay
yeah.
at the table. All right. Well, we have to go.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I
We have
know.
to say goodbye.
I'm afraid to go because you
I
may
know.
leave me
We
again.
won't see her for another month or so. All right. We'll see you guys next week.
What's up, people? How's it going? It's going good. It's going really good. We're having a music segment right now. We're getting ready for it. Marcus is behind the camera. I miss him. Love you. Please stay forever. Oh, sad day. But yeah, we're just getting ready, lock and loading these cameras, and I was about to chuck this, but you aren't ready for that.
We're just here celebrating Mackenzie's parents because they're super talented. Not to say Mackenzie's not talented because you're very talented.
Yes, I am.
I'm kidding.
That's fine.
You don't like Marcus.
No, not today.
We're not letting you.
I'm just hitting the ground running and trying to make things work.
You wore the right t-shirt today, so you got on. All right, and press. We have one more thing going on today. One more. Hey, how many things do we have going on today? More than one. So much. So much.
Beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful.
Okay, you can stay here.
Poor Shay. I'm like, literally. I told him to be around me.
It's pretty hectic. And it's moving a little slow.
You got it.
I just need people to come to me and be like, hey, what can I do?
You have to stop talking if you want it to move quicker.
Me? I have to stop talking? I have to stop talking.
If you guys enjoyed the episode, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps me keep my job. Thank you. Is that good?
Welcome to the Sheraton Westport Plaza Hotel, conveniently located near Lambert Airport and plenty of great shopping and dining opportunities. Take advantage of our airport shuttle, fitness center, pool, meeting and event space, and complimentary internet access. We're looking forward to your stay with us at the Sheraton Westport Plaza, St. Louis.